Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, I haven't actually had a look at the treasure map units, and they actually drop in like 2 days' time. We're going to do some summons because Hiyori and Ulti are actually on the banner, so let's take a look at the new Film Red Straw Hats that will be coming for treasure map Sanji, take a look at the free-to-play character and what the rare recruits do, and give you guys an idea if you guys should be summoning for this particular banner. Now, treasure map banners can be a bit of hit and miss. They do have discounts, they do have treasure map legends. And I did say skip Ulti and Hiyori's banner and actually summon here if you guys are looking for those units. So if you guys did skip that banner like myself, and you do want those units, this is actually a pretty good place to pick them up. But if you enjoyed the video, belt the like button. If you're new, hit the big red subscribe button. And let's check out what the treasure map units do. As always, shout out to the Discord and I guess the database for the images provided. We have a new Jinbe, a new Franky, a new Zoro, and then treasure map Sanji. He's going to be the treasure map unit. So let's take a look at the Jinbe first. Looking like an absolute mean, bad dog right there. Pop star or rock star Elvis Jinbe. Look at him. Look at him. He's freaking glorious. Absolutely glorious. So, as a captain, let's just blow this up for... Oh, wait, we can't blow it up for... We can make that bigger, though. So, Jinbe boosts int and fighter character... You know what? Who cares what his captain does? Removes barriers by 2 turns as a special. Deals 75 times his attack in int damage to one enemy. Changes all slots, including block, into matching. That's good. Locks all slots for 1 turn. That's good. And if the crew has an attack buff when the special is launched, boosts the attack buff by 0.25. Otherwise, he doubles int attack for 3 turns. Now, doubling int attack isn't terrible, but for 3 turns is actually pretty interesting. He locks orbs. He gives you orbs. He does damage, so you can actually use Halloween law support for an orb boost as well. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. Doesn't say anything about treasure map, so I don't know if we're like, know if this unit's only going to be summonable on this treasure map or all treasure maps moving forward. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's no legend, so I would say that they're just exclusive to this one. Immune to blow away, which is very interesting. Removes slot 1 by 5 turns and increases base attack by 150 after taking damage. And removes 2 turns of increased damage taken as his limit breaks. He's support at level 5 once per quest if the supporter character uses a special to boost attack. Changes their slot into a matching slot and locks the crew slots for 1 turn. There's a lot of Zoro. There's a lot of Jinbeis floating around nowadays that actually lock slots as like supports, especially when it comes to treasure maps. So this is actually pretty good. Only goes on Franky, Zoro, and Sanji though, so that's a little bit interesting. I wonder if like in the movie, like these characters have some sort of like connection where the batch of characters we got from like Chopper, Uta, Nami, Brook, and Robin, like they have something to do with each other. That could be super interesting. No spoilers in chat too, by the way. Next, we've got Franky. Franky's looking mean. Looking like a demon. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's bring him up into the middle of the screen, I think. Let's do that. There he is. Looking mean. Like, what is he thing? He's meant to be, I don't know, like maybe like a Daft Punky sort of like style. I don't know. Let's see what he does, though. Captain, who cares? His special reduces defense and resilience by 5 turns. Boosts orbs of int characters by 2 times for 3 turns. And if the crew has an orb boosting effect, when his special is launched, he further buffs orbs by 0.25. Interesting, I guess. Nothing too crazy. I do think the Jinbei is a bit better. I would have loved if Jinbei had the orb boost mechanic instead of attack boost. And then this Franky had attack boost. I think this would have made Franky a lot better and would have made Jinbei kind of the same, if I'm honest. But it just would have given more value to Franky as well. However, I think the Jinbei is just infinitely better, like, just by reading what he does. His Sailor's base attack and HP by 75 makes type slots have beneficial for himself. So, all colors. That's pretty good. It's only for himself, though, which is a bit selfish, but it is what it is. His limit breaks boost the attack by 150 after taking damage and 2 turns of increased damage taken removal. And he ignores barriers if you have 50% or more HP. So, he has Barrier Pen. His support once per quest if the supported character uses a damage-dealing special, he reduces resilience by 2 turns. Jinbei, Zoro, and Sanji. Now, I think this Franky definitely got the short end of the stick. I don't really think this Franky is too amazing. An orb booster that doesn't give like orbs, kind of sucky, in my opinion. In my opinion. Let's take a look at the Zoro now. The Zoro is the last of the treasure map rare recruits. He looks pretty cool. He just looks like Zoro to me. Like all the rest of them have like some sort of like pop punk, like some sort of pop star design or musician's design, where Zoro just looks like Zoro. Standard shit. He's captain. No, who cares? His special reduces cooldowns by 1 turn, reduces enemies' HP by 10%, reduces enemy threshold by 5, cruise paralysis, and chain lock by 5 turns. That's good. And locks the chain for 3.25 for 3 turns. Okay, Zoro's pretty good. Getting cooldown, you know me, like getting cooldowns is awesome. He removes special reverse on himself by 3 turns as well, which is great. He reduces threshold by 5 turns and paralysis. That's a pretty common combination that you do see. And chain lock. If you get chain locked yourself, he removes it by 5 turns, and then he applies a chain lock for 3 turns. This is great too. So like, say on stage 4, you get a chain lock, and then on stage 5, you get like chain reduction. You could use him to remove the chain lock, give your own chain lock, and then get around it on the final stage as well. Like that's so good. Like that's actually really, really good. Reduces special reversing himself is great for like special reverse mechanics, and then boosts cruise attack by 100, which is awesome. 70% chance for a 7% critical hit, which is great when landing a perfect, and slot bind removal by 5 turns. Once per quest inflicted by chain coefficient reduction, it changes the supported character's orb into a matching orb and locks the chain at 2.5 for 2 turns. That's a really good support. Jinbe, Franky, and Sanji. The 2-turn thing is actually huge as well. Because again, like if this happens on stage 4, you get chain coefficient reduction. You can use this. You get the chain lock, and then on stage 5, if you get chain locked, this like is already in effect. So like you can use him in both ways. You can use him vice versa for exactly like the same thing that I was sort of just talking about. I like Zoro a lot. I think Zoro's my favorite out of the 3. Jinbei would be up there on par with him, but Franky's definitely nowhere near as good as this Zoro and this Jinbei. Like nowhere near. The final unit is the free-to-play character, the character we're farming for, which is the cool dude, Ken-looking motherfucker Sanji. Look at him. He looks like Ken, like the Barbie doll Ken. Cool. His captain will be updated later. Oh, no, it's Limit Break captain. No, okay. Well, do we even know what he does? Okay. Well, his captain, we don't even know what his captain does, apparently. His special reduces 5 turns of attack down, criminally removes poison, boosts in-character base attack by 1,000 for 1 turn, and reduces all enemies' damage null by 1 turn. That's actually fairly decent for a free-to-play character. 1,000 base stats is really good. For int only, but like still. What is he? What typings is he? He is a fighter powerhouse. Zoro is a slasher free spirit. Okay, that's good for that's actually really good for Super Tandem Luffy. Powerhouse shooter and fighter power. So none of these guys are cerebrals or strikers, but they all still work with Uta. This guy here, honestly, is the best. Like, having free spirit means he works with Super Tandem Luffy. It's another option for Super Tandem Luffy. Having Zoro and he's a chain locker and stuff, that's awesome. Like, that's really good. Really, really good. As for the Sanji, like, he's pretty good. He's nothing too crazy. I think he's a fighter, right? Yeah, he's a fighter, so you can use him with Super Tandem Luffy as well, but he won't get the buff with the Super Tandem. So you want to start the chain with him. But reducing attack down by 5 turns is awesome. Removing poison's great. In characters base out by 1,000 and damage null. Not a lot of characters have damage null removal, so like that's actually pretty useful for free-to-play characters. His support is only stats. That sucks. And I guess we'll have to see what his captain ability does later. As for the actual steps of the banner, just looking at the characters, like Zoro, yeah, okay, like Zoro's in the middle. Like Zoro is by far the best. Like Zoro is kind of like the more I keep thinking about Zoro, the better. Like Zoro is the one you want. Now, the Sugar Fest starts on the 12th of August. Part 2 is on the 13th. Part 3 is on the 14th. I'll be summoning on the 14th. Or maybe the 5th, there, 14th. Yeah, the Monday. So once all the parts are out, I'll be summoning. Ideally for me, I want to summon on part 2. So I can get my hands on Ulti and maybe some more Blackbeard dupes. But like Blackbeard's on all parts. I don't know why who's there, but like Hiyori is actually on part 3. So I'll probably start over on part 3 and then move to part 2. I do think out of the legends that are here, I do think Hiyori is the most desirable. Especially because she's a cerebral unit. And obviously with Uta being a thing, like cerebrals are actually really, really good. And her like sailor abilities are so insanely good. Starting with the full bottle Wano slots and getting the resistance buff, like debuff, sorry, for the enemy if you have a Wano slot is so good. So definitely Hiyori out of these characters are the best. As for the steps, it seems like the steps are the same across the board. So let's have a look here. First multi's 30 gems. So, like, if you guys do like to play Treasure Map a lot and you have 30 gems, maybe throw, like, the discounts. But just be mindful, like, with the banner that's available at the moment, the Uta banner is by far more valuable. 15% red rates with Super Sugos is always going to beat a Treasure Map banner. However, if you guys splash a little bit of coin and you like to play Treasure Map, going to this new character step on all parts 1, 2, and 3, is going to be your best bet to get all these characters for the least amount of gems. You're going to be spending 130 gems on each part. So 390 gems, and you're guaranteed to get one of them, right? If you get really unlucky, you're going to literally pull the same one 3 times. But the chances of pulling the same one of these units 3 times is so low that I'm sure you'll probably get at least 2. You'll probably get at least 2 units for the treasure map. And ideally, like I said, you really want that Zoro. That Zoro is so good. That Zoro is actually so good. After that, you get a Sugo Fest on step 5. The first Sugo on step 5, to me, is kind of like whatever. But at the end of the day, like, if you're summoning on a treasure map banner, you're usually summoning for the treasure map characters with a chance at a legend. So that's like, if you pick up a red, you just pray for Hiyori or like whatever. For myself, the last poster is a 7th, and then the 10th has the new character steps. So once you go to the 3rd, you're not going to get a new character until the 7th. And then once you hit the 7th, you got the 10th has a new character, then the 15th. So once you sort of hit the 10th multi on a banner, you're best stopping and then going to another one. Because then it's every 5, and then you have like these steps. Like, these steps suck. Sugo Fest or Rate Booster character sucks, and then but God forbid, I hope no one's doing 20 multis on a single part. But hey, look, I've done dumb as shit. Going to the 3rd step on each part is like fair enough. Grab your boosters, see you later. If you do want to try for some legends, maybe go to 5. If you really, really want these characters, though. Like, I think if I pick up the Jinbe and the Zoro, I'm going to be incredibly happy, and like that's a huge dub for me. Franky, I can go without Franky, to be honest. Like, Franky doesn't hit any boxes for me. But if we can walk away with either Hiyori or ulti, I'll be ecstatic at that as well. Should you guys summon? Probably not. I think most free-to-play players are throwing all their gems at the Uta banner at the moment. And be mindful, it says Prelude. We don't know what Prelude means, but like, I have every bone in my body crossed that we get a Shanks coming towards the back end of the month, or the end, like start of next month. If we get a Shanks around my birthday time, I'm going to lose my goddamn marbles. You bet your ass your boy's going in hard. So we're going to do a couple multis on this. We're not going to go too crazy. Probably 3 multis on parts 3 and part 2. See how we go from there. Maybe go a little bit more on each of those parts to try and get Hiyori and ulti there. But let me know if you guys are diving in on this banner. Let me know if you have any gems left to dive in on these banners. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to belt the like button. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button. But most importantly, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Late!